What's our first email today?
All right, first email up is from Nicola Rampi. Hey, Giovanni, I'm Nicola from Italy, a big fan of your show. I just wanted to comment on how in my TheSpace theater, we have a 5-minute intermission for every movie, no matter how long it is. I personally love the possibility to go to the bathroom, and the theaters get to make extra cash on popcorn and drinks. So why do you think in the USA you don't? Do people hate so much the idea of a brief break?
Well, grazie, Nicola. So, and my family's from Calabria. Anyway, so, look, we actually touched on this a little bit the other day when we were talking about the possibility of a 3-hour runtime for an Avengers. And I think I kind of brought up, man, for a 3-hour movie or more, I would love the idea of an intermission. I mean, there'd be some problems with the theater side of things and blah, blah, blah. But I'll tell you what, Rob, I've been thinking about this more and more. And then this email from Nicola came in. And I have gone from being kind of, man, it would be nice, but to, no, man, I really like the idea of an intermission. I really like the idea for an intermission. And let me say why here. There's a couple of caveats here, though. Movie's got to be at least maybe 2:20, 2 hours, 30 minutes or longer. There's no point in having an intermission for a 95-minute movie, 100-minute movie. No need for it at that point. But the reason I love the idea of it so much is it does a couple of things. Number one, it's great for the audience because, as I've said, like when I'm sitting, just watch. Pay attention the next time you're in a movie theater. How many times during the movie do people have to get up and walk out and go to the bathroom, or they walk out to go check their phone? Or, by the way, thank you to those of you who get up and walk out of the theater to check your phone. You are the unsung. Not all heroes wear capes. So thank you to those of you who do it that way. But, some people want to get them to go out and check their phone. They want to go out and use the bathroom. They want to go. To have an action, and then they're missing maybe important minutes of the film.
Right.
And you're sitting there and you got people walking past you to go to the bathroom. You don't get upset with that. People got to go. They got to go. If you had a 7-minute break in between there, then you never have to worry about, I got to get up and miss a few minutes. You never have to worry, at least a lot less, about how often other people are going to be getting up and going by. And for the benefit of the theater, they're going to sell, I'm telling you, their concession stand sales are going to go up 25% like that. 25% their concession sales will go up just like that. I am sitting here now. There is the argument to be made, and a valid one, about, well, I mean, you're into the movie and then it pauses.
Yeah.
And that's true. My retort to that would be, yeah, but, they say the average person has to get up to use the bathroom at least once out of every 3 movies. So like at least once every 3 movies you go to, guess what? You're getting that break in the movie anyway, except you're actually missing a couple of minutes of the film because you had to get up and go leave, or you're being disrupted because somebody else is walking by you, or all that kind of stuff. So I understand that point of view. I do. I think that's a legitimate argument about the break, but I think that is mitigated by some other things. Again, I don't think you should do it for every movie, particularly the shorter ones, but the longer ones, I think it'd be great for the audience. I think it'd be less distractions overall for while the movie's playing. It'll be great for the movie theaters because there's more concessions being done. You're not missing any precious minutes of the movie. Because remember, there's a real popular app that you can get called P Time or Run P. And it's an app that basically tells you all the movies that are out, and then it tells you when is the best time for you to get up and go to the bathroom during that movie. And it's one of the most popular apps in any of the app stores because it says, okay, if you're going to go see Pet Sematary, let's say it was already out, at 1 hour and 3 minutes, that's the best time to go because really not much happens for the next 2 minutes. You basically get away any of the need for apps like that. I just think,
but then you're looking at your phone.
Yes, and you get it hopefully.
And you're waiting
that's
for that
true.
minute.
Well, you just check it before you go into the theater. You check. You say, okay, so I'm going into this Pet Cemetery. If I got to use the bathroom, 1 hour and 3 minutes, perfect. But I do believe there are downsides. But I think the potential upsides far outweigh the downsides. Now, I don't think you're as enthusiastic about this as I am. Tell me why. Tell me the opposite part of this.
First of all, what she was saying, Nicola, darling Nicola. Nicola, who makes the decision where the intermission is in Italy? I mean, you're a filmmaker. You've worked on a film. You've crafted it. It's perfectly paced. And then somebody in Italy in some theater is going to be like, nah, I think we're going to put the intermission right here. If there's no intermission. I'm just sitting there thinking, no, don't do that. Horrifying to me. Now, if the filmmakers were to put in an intermission the way they used to, I liked intermissions. I liked intermissions because it would fade out at usually a great moment, and then you get this rousing score like in Lawrence of Arabia or something. Great intermission. Then you go to the bathroom, you come back in. Hopefully the intermission music is still playing. You sit down, you get back in the mindset, and it starts. That's cool. But, I mean, come on. 2 hours, 220. We should be able to sit for that.
But they don't. You can say should all you want, Robert, but you have been in these movie theaters.
I know.
Then
everybody should pee first. Pee first.
Okay.
It's like everyone else should take personal responsibility. You shouldn't. I don't like it when anyone gets up in the movie. I don't want anyone moving in my peripheral vision.
But look, the thing about going to the movies is it needs to be about the customers and not about what their responsibility is. The only responsibility a customer has in a movie theater is to shut up.
Yes.
That's the main responsibility.
It's not get up and pee.
But it's also about creating a great experience for you. And you know what? I don't get that because when you're at home watching a movie on Blu-ray and DVD, quite often you'll pause to take a call or you'll pause to go do something. Did that ruin your experience of watching that movie again?
No, but it ruined the experience of the next movie you go to because you're used to getting up in the middle of movies, and in movie theaters, it's like being at home. I'm just going to get up and I'm going to leave, and then someone's going to walk in front of me during the scene where Thanos snaps his fingers, and then I want to kill somebody.
So if you had an intermission, guess what? That's not a problem anymore,
By the way,
Robert.
I just admitted that I wanted to kill someone in a movie theater, which, of course, is going to lead to, of course, I'm going to be pilloried on Twitter
20
now.
years from now, when you're trying to run for public office.
I was really thinking about the last time someone got up to pee in front of me, and I really wanted them dead.
Okay, so look, I'm acknowledging here that it does present a problem.
Right.
I just think the degree of that problem is being way overstated by some people. It is not a big. I just know for all the movies I've watched at home, it does not ruin my movie-going experience when I need to pause and go make a call, or at home where I got to pause, go check on dinner, or whatever. It doesn't ruin the movie for me.
I am a total movie fundamentalist. I want things quiet.
And we
I don't
need
want people
more.
Leave.
We
and
need
by the
more
way,
people like you.
Before I get attacked by people who have legitimate health issues, bladder control issues, whatever. I don't mean to make light of your condition. I'm trying to be sort of humorous here. I'm not trying to put anyone
and I
down.
get. But we're talking just for the average movie-going audience.
Yeah,
right?
but nobody should ever get up in a movie. I'm sorry.
They do. Shoulds.
Movies are church. Movies are holy places.
I agree. And guess what?
Theaters are
I used to
holy
go to church a lot too, and people need to get up and go, check on their kid, do what. I just think. Anyway, Ashley, you're listening to us bellyache and moan about something so trivial here. First world problems, my friend.
Trivial. What?
Where do you fall in this? Would you want an intermission?
It's a good debate. I think that if the filmmakers were in control, but maybe there could be a rule that halfway through their film they have to implement an intermission, and that's just the rule of movies.
But what if Robert? What if like a part of the whole distribution?
So then the filmmakers would know.
The whole part. One of the elements you include during distribution is the filmmakers submit when they prefer an intermission to happen. If your theater does an intermission, we as the filmmakers prefer you do it at this time point.
Well, okay. Now that's a very interesting idea. I think that if this becomes implemented, give the filmmakers. I don't think anybody would necessarily object to that. If the filmmakers were in control of where that intermission was, then I would say I would be more on board with that idea, because I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. But as long as the filmmakers could control
Get
it,
some input.
And we got, to me, that allows for a little bit of extra creativity. I would love to hear score, another piece of intermission score. That would actually,
Tarantino
in a way,
loves that stuff.
I know it would be like there was an intermission when I saw. Wasn't there I saw the 70mm roadshow version of
Hateful Eight.
Of Hateful Eight.
I believe, he did build in an intermission.
Yeah, and that was it was cool. And I missed the overtures too. Star Trek: The Motion Picture has an overture.
And by the way, I would like the intermission stuff, but if you do, you got to compensate by taking out one or two trailers, because what was the pre-15, which is the 15 minutes of trailers, turned into the pre-20, turned into the pre-22, turned into the pre-25. If you're going to implement like a 7-minute thing, take out 2 trailers.
Come on, man. 5 trailers. I want 5 trailers.
But we're getting so many more than 5 trailers these days.
Bring them on.
I'd be great with 5 trailers. The problem is like a movie that starts at 7 is now ending at 10:15. Like you're getting out at 10:15. There's just got to be a little bit more. Anyway, now we're getting on to a totally separate topic. Let's move on to what do you guys think, actually? Jump down the comment section. Would you like the idea? Now, granted, I think it should be with the caveat that it's got to be for movies of at least a certain length, but do you like the idea of a standard intermission? Or no? Like, maybe you find that really distracting the film. I want to hear your thoughts. Jump into the comment section below and let me know. All right, what's next?
Yeah, you guys came up with a good compromise, though. I think everyone can get into